Good morning, students. Today we will continue with the same chapter but with a new topic. And you can see the new topic for today is Newton's first law of motion. Newton, as you know, was a great scientist and he put forward three laws of motion. We are starting with Newton's first law of motion, which is also called law of inertia. Law of inertia. Now let us see what does Newton's first law of motion state. It states that if a body is at rest, it will remain in the state of rest, and if the body is in motion, it will remain in the state of motion, moving with the same uniform velocity until and unless any external force is applied on it. It is very clear fact that unless we provide any external force to a body, it will remain in the same state of motion. For example, if a ball is kept here, the ball is not going to come into motion by itself. We have to exert some force on it. So on applying force to this body, now this body is capable of coming into motion. Same is the case if the ball continues to remain in the motion, and in order to stop it, we need to apply force on the ball. That means the ball is not going to come to rest by itself again. So let us see the first statement once again. If a body is at rest, it will remain at rest. And if a body is in the state of motion, it will remain in the state of motion until and unless any external force is applied on it. This is the first law, which is also called law of inertia. Now let us see why is this law also called the law of inertia. What is the reason that of a body in the state of rest or motion will remain in the same state? If a ball is kept here, it will remain in the same state of rest unless we apply any force on it. What is the reason behind it? The reason is that every body has a property due to which the body tends to remain in the same state. And this property is called inertia. It is due to the property of inertia that a body in the state of rest or motion will remain in the same state. If I am standing here, it is due to the inertia that I remains in the rest position unless anyone pushes me. If anyone pushes me, that is if any external force is applied on me, only then I will come into motion. I will move forward. Same is the case with all other bodies, that the property of inertia comes into play, and because of this property only the body remains in the same state. So let us now come to the definition of inertia. Inertia is an inherent property due to which a body will remain in the same state. Inherent property means this property comes as soon as the body or an object comes into existence. If this chalk comes into existence, automatically this property of inertia will come into this body and will start showing the property, that is, if this chalk remains at rest, it will continue to remain at rest unless we apply force on this chalk. Now we can come here to the next topic, which is inertia. Just now I stated that a body due to the property of inertia will remain in the same state. So what is this property? It is an inherent property. Inherent property means this property comes in a body as soon as the body comes into existence. So it is an inherent property by virtue of which a body tends to remain in the same state, that is the state of rest or the state of motion. So it is due to the same state. So you have understood what is inertia. Now there is one factor that will affect the inertia of a body, and you can see inertia depends on mass of the body. So we can say more is the mass of a body, greater will be the inertia in the body. If suppose there are two bodies with different masses, the one which is having more mass will have more inertia also. Now what does it mean a body having more inertia? It means to say that a body with more inertia will require greater amount of force also to change the state of the body. For example, if there are two bodies A and B, you can see A has less mass than B, so obviously A is going to have less inertia than B. Now due to this less inertia, body A will require a small force to change the state of rest to motion, whereas body B having more inertia will require more force to change the state of a body, that is to set the body B into motion. So once again, inertia depends on mass of the body. More will be the mass, so greater is the inertia of the body. So in the next class we will see different, that is some other laws given by Newton's, which will be Newton's second law of motion and third law of motion. So your homework will be to learn the definition of Newton's first law of motion and also inertia. Thank you.